Hey guys, welcome to Khanvolution. My name's Khan, and right now I'm super excited to be checking out another chapter of RWBY, specifically RWBY Volume 2, Chapter 10, titled Mountain Glen, which is a rather appropriate title because the last chapter, Dr. Oobleck, which Team RWBY is shadowing on their search and destroy mission, which is actually a mission to actually ascertain why or what Torchwick, the White Fang, and their enemies, especially Cinder, is up to, and what the mystery behind all of that is. What also happened last chapter, we also got a whole lot of cool action. We got a lot of, motivational speaking by Dr. Oobleck, which he's great at. He's a wonderful professor, really tight-ass professor. Cannot wait to see what his weapon is, what his semblance is. Zwei showed up, which was kind of like a little side note, very cute nonetheless. Dr. Oobleck had a very cute interaction with Zwei. He's a, of course, he's a tracking animal, so he can definitely help them out to a certain extent. We dived a little bit more into the motivations of the individual members of Team RWBY, why they're here, why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, we got little hints and tidbits of their motivations in previous chapters as well. Like, for example, Yang's motivation of like trying to find out more about her mother and why she left. Blake's motivation of trying to discover the mystery of the White Fang. Weiss is obviously trying to uphold her own values of trying to build a Schnee Dust company up and try to live up to her family name, kind of stuff like that. And of course, RWBY is kind of just a huntress because as many of you guys have mentioned so wonderfully in the comments, that there's nothing that she would rather do than be a huntress, which is very similar to what Dr. Oobleck said. And I guess Dr. Oobleck didn't really interrogate her about her motivations because it was so similar to his, and it was so obvious to him right from the get-go, right? Yeah, so last chapter was totally awesome. I cannot wait to get into this chapter. As always, if you guys are enjoying my reactions, please hit a like, please subscribe, please share the video with any other fans of RWBY out there. And with that all being said, I'm not gonna say no more. I'm very eager to see where our team goes from here on out. Let's go ahead and dive in, alright? In 3, 2, 1, son! Woo! Here we go!
There's a point where it tips, there's a point where it breaks, there's a point where it bends, and a point we just can't take anymore. There's a line that will cross and there's no return. There's a time and a place, no bridges left to burn anymore. We can't just wave it blind to take until they think we're ready. Our enemies are gathering, the storm is growing loud. Now it's time to say goodbye to the days below and the innocence of good. All the time seems to fall from the carry on, and that's all the damage we all do.
Silhouette against the moon, bro! Yes! Let's get it. Let's get it! Come on. Oh, shit. Okay. Didn't think we were gonna start like this.
Trouble sleeping?
Arm was acting up.
Of course. So logically, you got out of bed, dressed yourself completely, and decided to gaze menacingly out into the distance.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I've trusted him for years. We both have. I can't help but feel like he's keeping us in the dark.
Don't be ridiculous. You know very well that we are not the ones in the dark.
That makes it worse. I
They're
refuse
obviously
to
talking
believe
about
that a man
Oscar.
I've trusted for so long would act so passively.
You're a good person, James.
Is he though?
You've always done what you think is best for the people.
I mean,
Even against
Oscar, is
strong
he acting
protest,
passively?
It's
really?
admirable. But it's high time you stopped talking about trust and started showing it. Ozpin has experience that the rest of us lack,
Yeah, man.
and I think that's something worth remembering.
Trust your homie. Okay, we're back at Mountain Glen. Damn, you see that like little crevice, that little destruction palette that between the buildings? It looks like somebody fired like a hyper beam past there or something. Everybody's napping. Wait, where's his sleeping bag, man? Wait, what's gonna happen? It's too quiet.
Blake, are you awake?
Yeah.
Why do you think he asked us about being a huntress? Like, what was he trying to say?
Maybe he was just curious.
You think?
No.
Weiss, are you awake?
Of course I'm awake. You weren't talking. And I think when I said I wanted to honor my family's name, I meant it. But it's not what you think. I'm not stupid. I'm fully aware of what my father has done with the Schnee Dust Company. Since he took control, our business has operated in a
So he
moral
took control
gray
of the
area.
company.
That's putting it lightly.
Which is why I feel the need to make things right.
Oh,
If I had
okay.
taken a job in Atlas, it wouldn't have changed anything. My father was not the start of our name, and I refuse to let him be the end of it.
Oh, okay.
All my life, I fought for what I thought was right. I had a partner named Adam.
Oh, okay.
More of a mentor, actually. He always assured me that what we were doing would make the world a better place.
Uh-huh.
But of course, his idea of a perfect future turned out to be not.
Oh shit, there's like a
everyone.
rose symbol on
I
top.
joined
Isn't
the
that like
academy
Adam's
because I knew
thing on his
huntsmen
back?
And huntresses were regarded as the most noble warriors in the world, always fighting for good. But I never really thought past that. When I leave the academy, what will I? How can I undo so many years of hate?
I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're not one to back down from a challenge, Blake.
But I am. I do it all the time. When you learned I was a faunus, I didn't know what to do, so I ran. When I realized my oldest partner had become a monster, I ran. Even my semblance. I was born with the ability to leave behind a shadow of myself.
Oh, that's
An
why you
empty
guys keep
copy
calling
that
it a
takes the
shadow
hit
in the
while I run away.
comments. I've been calling it an after image this whole time. Okay, so
At least you two have something
now I
that
know.
drives you. I've just kind of always gone with the flow, you know? And that's fine. I mean, that's who I am.
Yeah.
But how long could I really do that for? I want to be a huntress, not really because I want to be a hero, but because I want the adventure. I want a life where I won't know what tomorrow will bring, and that'll be a good thing.
Nothing
Being a
wrong
huntress
with
just
that.
happens to line up with that. I'm not like Ruby. She's always wanted to be a huntress. It's like she said, ever since she was a kid, she dreamt about being the heroes in the books, helping people and saving the day, and never asking for anything else in return. Even when she couldn't fight, she knew that's what she wanted to do.
Isn't Ruby supposed to be
That's
on
why she trained
lookout? Why
so
the hell is
hard
she
to get where she
asleep?
is today.
Well, she's still just a kid.
She's
True.
only 2 years younger. We're all kids.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. I mean, look where we are. In the middle of a war zone and armed to the teeth.
It's the life we chose.
It's a job. We all had this romanticized vision of being a huntress in our heads. But at the end of the day, it's a job to protect the people. And whatever we want will have to come second.
There you go. He's not sleeping. He's just listening, bro. That's the mark of a true huntsman, you know? You're asleep and awake at the same time. Aware of everything and anything.
That's why it's late. Go back to bed.
Oh wait, does I sense something?
Zwei!
Something wicked this way comes. Yang's on lookout, so y'all good. Yeah, grab your shit and go, Ruby! Get your dog back!
Zwei, where are you? Zwei!
That's what he went to do?
Why
Shit,
you
I thought he
listen?
sensed like
You
a
literally
disturbance in
could've
the
done that
force. He just had to go take a leak. Oh shit, okay.
What was what? I thought I heard a
Oh
hail.
shit! Okay, Zwei?
Let's just finish our patrol and get back to base.
Yeah, you got the white fang right underneath your noses, guys. Go back, but to where? That's funny. Zwei's like following her at like super normal speed. Right.
Did they go in yet? One bark means yes.
What?
This is it!
That's so cute.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, this is like the ruins of a city. You ain't gonna get a good Wi-Fi signal over here. Come on, Ruby. Huh?
Huh?
Oh no! Jump! No, not the dog! That freaking swine! Dude, he feels no pain. There's a city underneath the city?
Freeze!
Oh.
Where does she come from?
You might wanna
You're a long
fight,
way
Ruby.
from home, little girl.
Get ready, girl. Okay, here we go. Oh no, she doesn't have her weapon. Come on, Ruby, kick the ass! Kick the ass, bro! Wait,
The
what?
boss is gonna want to see this one.
Oh, come on, bro! What the hell? Wait,
Hey, Weiss, it's your.
Ruby didn't have her, so I guess she fell without her weapon?
Hey, where's Ruby?
Yeah, go look for her.
What?
Yes, Zwi's come back
Zwei?
to lead them to Ruby.
What's going on?
But wait,
Grab
so
your weapons.
Ruby couldn't. What were they, like
Lead them,
super
lead them,
soldiers, or does Ruby just not know how to do like combat, like CQC or close quarter combat? You know? Oh shit, the paladins. That's probably filled with a whole lot of dust and shit.
Trying to do blow us
A freaking bomb, bro!
Hey, boss!
See all those contusions and shit?
see. Is it good or bad, Perry? Because
Torchwick, they found him.
It's a little girl.
Oh, hello, Red.
That would be bad.
Oh, okay. He didn't say that.
Ruby's scythe!
Yeah, she did leave it.
Do you think she fell?
Yes.
Down there.
Oh my. Of course. Of course, of course, of course!
What?
What is it?
How could I be so stupid?
Dr. Oobleck, what's wrong?
Mountain Glen! Yes, an expansion of Vale that was inevitably destroyed by creatures of Grimm, previously home to thousands of people, working people commuting to
What
the
he
city,
did?
the main city, developed a subway system to the inner city. Grimm's attacks increase, population in danger, now desperately searching for shelter. City evacuates into metro tunnels, and what do they find? The southeast quadrant of Vale is known for wild forests and deep caves.
Doc, what are you saying?
My dear, we're not just looking for an underground crime network. We're looking for an underground crime network!
They've been working in caves?
No, Mountain Glen was Vale's first serious attempt at expansion. It worked for a short period of time, thanks to an aggressive perimeter defense and unique transportation. The city developed an elaborate subway system to carry citizens safely from the new territory into the main kingdom. Sadly, without the many natural barriers Vale had to protect its borders, Mountain Glen was doomed from the start. As the end drew near, the citizens of the territory made one last attempt at survival. They took up shelter beneath the city, in massive caves that they had cleared out for the subway, and they had cut themselves off from the surface.
An underground village?
In a matter of speaking, yes. A safe haven. Until an explosion opened the mouth of another cavern,
Oh shit.
filled with subterranean grim.
Subterranean Grim?
After that, the kingdom officially sealed off the tunnels, creating the world's largest tomb.
Shit, it's like the mines of Moria.
If Ruby is down there,
Yo, what? What? What the hell? His freaking coffee containers his weapon? What the frick? What? Dude! What? Holy shit, it's like a freaking, like a maze or like a club, like an ogre club. Holy shit, it like freaking expands. What the frick? Dude, next episode gonna be lit because not Aspen, what if you got Dr. Oobleck's gonna be joining the fight? Yes! Holy shit! Alright. Oh man, that was crazy. And that was crazy fast dialogue too. I gotta go back and make sure I catch all of that. Holy crap. And go over that with you guys. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys back in the discussion portion. Alright, see you guys later. 3, 2, 1, son. Celebrating as the mountain, bro! Yes! Hey guys, welcome back to the discussion portion for RWBY Volume 2, Chapter 10, titled Mountain Glen. And like I thought, so you know, it's appropriate episode because the most of the chapter was spent in Mountain Glen, and actually Dr. Oobleck goes into detail about, you know, what actually happened in Mountain Glen, or at least his speculation of the events that occurred there and why it is the ruin that it is today. Now, that all being said, let's start back in the beginning of the chapter where Professor Goodwitch and General Ironwood are actually discussing what I'm assuming is their allegiance to Ozpin and, you know, having trust trusted Ozpin for so long, and now he's taking much more passive stance as towards, discovering the true identity of these villains and their opposition. So I think Ironwood's having, doubts about, following Ozpin, but I think Glenda has been a long time supporter of Ozpin, and she says something very important, which is like, it's time to stop talking about trust and start actually showing it, and it's such a very important thing, because it's times like this which really test your limits and your mentality, and where you're actually, being attacked, and that there's like an opposition that's mounting quite the powerful force against you, a clandestine force against you, is when you have to show the most amount of trust and stick together, sort of. And I think what she says about Ozpin having the most experience out of all of them is very important, because she wouldn't be headmaster if he didn't have that level of experience. What I assume is Ozpin's probably like a wartime hero or something like that, and usually that's why he's become like a headmaster, or at least why Vale has appointed him the title of headmaster, and he probably knows a little bit more than he's letting on, or at least he knows more than what Professor Goodwitch and General Ironwood know, and that's why they initially trusted him in the first place. But that conversation was awesome, and we jump immediately to Mountain Glen, and we continue that touching conversation as to what their motivations are really about. And obviously Dr. Oobleck is listening to them, and has a little smile at the end of their conversation, showing that he's actually liking that they're delving so deep into their motivations. For example, Blake actually talks about that she has a tendency to run away from the problem, but Yang obviously tells her that no, you've always confronted the problem head on, but she doesn't believe that, and that she's actually trying to do something right by the faunus and trying to improve the status of the faunus, and she's very hesitant about how to go about doing that, and she's very scared as to the result that'll ultimately occur, because like she says, they're only 2 years younger than Ruby. They're still fairly young, and not to mention she's had a very bad experience with the White Fang, trusting in Adam, who actually turned out, and as she stated, as a monster. I guess there's more between Blake and Adam than what we've seen thus far. Definitely what we've seen thus far, and obviously you guys know. Now, I really like the monologue and dialogue that Weiss has about her family and about the Schnee Dust Company, because she says that her father, after he took control of the company, their company's been operating in a very negative way, or in a way that Weiss deems as inappropriate, and Blake obviously agrees to that, because obviously the company's been butting heads with the White Fang. Weiss actually says that her father was not the start of their name, and then that's why Weiss wants to, and that they've been operating in a morally gray area, and that's why she wants to take control of the company and lead it down a much more better path, and that's why she's doing what she's doing. Now, that's weird, because that's why I have like two hypotheses for what she's saying. Now, his father wasn't the start of their name. Does that mean that Weiss's grandfather was gonna give the company to somebody else initially? Is that what she means? Or that, I don't know, man. But that doesn't really make much sense. The only other thing could be is that maybe, the Schnee Dust Company belongs to the Weiss's mom's side, and then he just married into the company. My other hypothesis might be that maybe Weiss has kind of like an uncle that would have gotten the company, but maybe Weiss's father kind of took it away from him or something like that. I don't know. I have a lot of these hypotheses going around. After that wonderful segment, we move on to Ruby going outside and finding those two members of the White Fang. The ground underneath her collapses and she falls down, and the other two soldiers, capture her, which is rather weird, because I thought Ruby was gonna really fend them off and cool ass martial arts combat, but I guess that's not her forte, you know what I'm saying? I guess she just really needs her scythe. Torchwick shows up and obviously sees it's Ruby, and his day's ruined. And the last piece of information that we got from Dr. Oobleck, where he just has a crazy ass super fast dialogue. I had to just rewatch that a couple of times and turn on the captions just to figure out exactly what the hell he was saying. But I think I got the main gist of it because he basically sees that crevice within the ground, and that Ruby dropped in, and he realizes that although Mountain Glen, at least the city, was supposed to be initially supposed to be an expansion of Vale, right? However, they didn't have the same natural borders or natural defenses like mountains and whatnot that Vale had. or at least that city had, and so they were easily prone to getting attacked by, you know, outside forces, Grimm specifically, right? And so what they did, I'm guessing, is that they dug underneath the city and kind of created a subterranean city so that, you know, the Grimm would be on top and they would exist peacefully in the bottom. And they created a network of tunnels, as Dr. Oobleck mentioned, which I assume, like, you know, like subway system, would improve transportation, not only through Vale but through the kingdom in general, right? However, they said that there was some sort of a blast and it blew like a hole in their underground city, and it basically subterranean Grimm came out and basically destroyed it. So like, I'm guessing thousands of lives lost, and like just Grimm like taking that place over. But we didn't see any Grimm in that underground area, so I'm guessing it was like, I'm guessing that happened a long time ago, and so now it's an empty area, perfect place for the Torchwick and his gang to exactly, you know, keep all their ammunition and, you know, their paladins and all their dust, and something would look to me like a bomb, dude. That's crazy. But you know, that's the information that I got from Dr. Oobleck, and the chapter just ended so cool with Dr. Oobleck like, all right, you know, we gotta go save your team leader, you know, puts on this like coffee container, boom, and like blasts into like a freaking, you know, I don't know what it is, dude, like I don't even know at this point, man. We'll have to see. I'm so excited for next chapter. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Was I sort of right in the my interpretation of the stuff that occurred this episode? You guys can leave that down below. No spoilers, of course, obviously. Is there anything I missed or overlooked or forgot to mention? Please leave that down in the comments below. So with that all being said, I'll leave you guys for now. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful night wherever you are, and I'll see you guys later in the next chapter 11 reaction. All right, until then, bye. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed this reaction, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you later.